David would not have been able to rule the whole land and to go do all that God has promised if without the strong support of the mighty men that were surrounding David. What are the kind of people that stood with David? His name is Jeshobim, a Hachmonite, was chief of the officers. He raised his spear against 300 men whom he killed in one encounter. Next to him was Eleazar, son of Dodai, the Ahohite. One of the three mighty men. He was with David at Pashdamim. These three individuals are not named, but they are three great warriors. Came to David. You see, scripture is written for every specific purpose. These three nameless warriors that were among the chief of the great men of David. Abishai was a young leader. He was an emerging leader that David began to groom, and I will show you in one of the sermons, and I will tell you how David picked him up and began to mentor Abishai. Let's move on to another, and I'm going to close with this, and verse 22, and that is Benaiah. Benaiah is a very interesting individual. Benaiah, son of Jehoiada, was a valiant fighter from Kabzeel who performed great exploits. He struck down two of Moab's best men. All the tasks that everyone says, oh, he is a specialist guy, and he says, I will go in, and he comes to you, and he's the person that says, Pastor, I don't do many things, just give me the most difficult task, and I will get it done. I will get it done. I will slay the enemy. You encounter me, there's this, I would bring, and I will make an opening so that the battle can be won. We need individuals like this. They may not be all over the place, right? But the most crucial things, the hardest assignments, the most toughest assignments, and they will say, give it to me. I will get the job done. We need Benaiahs in the church. And you know what? Finally, he was made the chief of David's bodyguards. Yeah. He was a chief. Why? Because it was trust. There was no task. Benaiah is not a man who comes to David and says, I cannot, sir. I cannot do. I cannot handle this. You know, anything for that matter. No matter how hard. If it has to be done, he says, I will get it done. I don't know how to do it right now, but if it needs to be done, I will get it done. We need people like that. Because we can always give excuses. I don't have the experience. I've never done it before. It's too difficult. It is this, it is that. Then we will just be normal. But Benaiah rises up. I will get it done. Because it needs to be done. Not only did Benaiah was made the chief of David's bodyguards, but in a passage of scripture, Benaiah rose up to be the commander of the entire army of Israel. Because of man of that caliber. And it says, I leave this with you. I pray that God will raise up many Jeshobims out in the church here. God will raise up many Eleazars. God will raise up many Abishais. God will raise up many Benaiahs to come up, and it says, this is what my passion is. I really believe in what God has called this church to do, and I will serve hand in hand with the leadership. I will serve hand in hand with Pastor Aries, because I know that he's the appointment that God has placed in this church, and we're going to make this church make such a big impact and glorify the Lord.